Hello, and welcome to Decepticast's episode 7. I am Decepticats, and today I am bringing you an expert replay. As per usual for odd episodes. Even episodes are user-submitted replays. Odd episodes, pros. So, before we get started, I will be displaying over this in text the name of the winner, so congratulations to you on the Ulthway DLC that you have already probably been given at the point that this is going up. So, at any rate, let's get to introducing our players here. First off, as the red IG, we have LittleBelchonok, and his opponent, Texaneous, as the blue orc. So let's get this game started. The war boss, of course, Texaneous is playing. Not of course, he usually plays the Mac Boy, but this game, the war boss. And LittleBelchonok, as the Inquisitor, decides, no, I'm not going to cap that PowerPoint. You know where I'm going to go? I'm going to go for the middle of the map. Right over here. Two guardsman squads up for LittleBelchonok, and a sentry on the way. Shooter boys up for Tex, and a second shooter boys coming in. Typical camping for this map going on. Of course, most of the resources are in this middle strip, which creates quite a lot of conflict on this map if you've never played on it before. You'll usually end up fighting around here as there are two juicy resource nodes as well as two victory points within this small area. But a lot of fights can occur in this region as your power nodes are both in that strip. War boss taking a little bit of ranged fire now, but using the terrain as cover. And meanwhile, LittleBelchonok has decided instead to bash away at this generator while the Inquisitor goes for a cap here, or a decap. However, as our red IG is committing all of his forces to the bottom of the map, our blue orc is free to do all kinds of capping. Unfortunately, a little bit of lost focus has caused all of these squads to become idle. And there we see the shooters moving now, and the sluggers on their way as well. A little more chip damage from these hotshot lasers. And the decap for the Sentinel is going down as well. War boss now decapping this fully matured requisition point, which early in the game, especially against Tier 1 IG, is a big deal. It's going to slow down upgrades like the Sergeant, which looks like both of these squads already have. It'll also slow down... well, he does have his gen power mostly built already too. However, Tex was also able to decap LittleBelchonok's natural requisition point, which also was likely matured all the way to 30 as well. Nice repair going down on this Sentinel. And Tex has to recap this. But look at this! A knob! A shooter knob in Tier 1. Can you believe it? I can, because shooter knobs are pretty awesome now. A third shooter squad out now for Tex. Only one big shooter. Not on the squad with the knob, on a different squad. So we will see some aiming what's that. Likely in the next engagement. These slugger boys are a little bit of a tie-up with the Sentinel, trying to fake him out and get a stomp off. Ooh, that Inquisitor is a bit overextended, gonna have to retreat. The sluggers are coming in on her, but they are not gonna be able to catch her. Should get out of there, and they are retreating. Even with a force melee from these guardsmen, they likely would have gotten out, as guardsmen have no melee ability. Imagine if you will, a wet paper bag filled with old wet tomatoes. And that is what being hit by a guardsman is like. Even a whole squad. It's not that much melee DPS. Well, these shooters are going to have to get out of here now. But they were able to stay around quite a bit longer because of that knob. If the knob stays out in front, then all damage that comes in is going to be evenly distributed among the models and not cause too much attrition. That change in 3.17 is quite powerful for our Orky Fowls. There we go, that Sentinel's decapping now. Guardsman recapping. Guardsman capping. A third Guardsman squad out, by the way, for LittleBelchonok, who is now going to Tier 2, having spent approximately, 0 power in Tier 1. And now halfway to Tier 2, while Tex is quite far away from Tier 2 himself. However, his map control has been quite good, and so he is still roughly 60 points ahead in the victory point count. Unfortunately, his shooters came in one at a time there and were able to be driven off. However, these two Guardsman squads are looking a bit light. And meanwhile, we do have some burnos on these sluggas going through, chewing through this generator here. And now we're getting a nice arced fire here. However, in come the Guardsmen, all three squads, along with the Sentinel. And these sluggas are going to have to engage or fall back pretty quickly here. Oh, just barely not able to get the kill on this generator before all three Guardsman squads launch their repairs. However, this did pull all of LittleBelchonok's forces out of the middle, and Tex is able to cap now. Except for the Inquisitor, who is still not outfitted with any gear. War Boss equally nude, free from any EQs or war gear. Whatever your preferred terminology might be. Another nice decap and a fully matured requisition point for Tex there. That War Boss is gonna have to get out of there. We do have a Commissar for 2, looks like, out of the 3. Yes, and a third one going up. And the Chimera's rolling in now. This is going to be a very scary force now for Tex, as he does not have a way to defeat this Chimera, and it will allow all these Guardsman squads to reinforce 3 at a time. And he's just now going into Tier 2. This is not good for Texaneous. A lot of damage going down on his generator now, and he's just going into Tier 2, as I said. However, meanwhile, he's capping all of this stuff. This map is mostly blue, despite the clear advantage for LittleBelchonok. The War Boss does have his angry bits now and is charging around, making a mess of these Guardsmen who just keep hopping back in and out of this Chimera for safety. Stomp there as he retreats, along with the Slugga boys. Meanwhile, the Inquisitor did go down up here to this triple shooter, 2 with knobs. Looks like all 3. Nope, just 1 still have big shooter. Bit of lost focus there for LittleBelchonok. And that is going to be quite nice for Texaneous. Alright, some tank bust is on the way now for Tex. It looks like he was able to delay long enough. If you're wondering why this Chimera looks a little bigger than usual, I am using a scaled units mod, along with Colaris's enhanced tooltips. Mass retreat out of Texaneous now, a good call there, as he has no way to deal with this Chimera. Aha, there they are, the tank busters. Texaneous' salvation, or so he hopes, against this Chimera. He has lost his whole gen farm now, once again. The first time it wasn't fully built up, just a node. There goes the now nerfed rocket barrage, completely whiffing. In comes the Sentinel, and he is flanked by the triple shooters, and he is going to be in quite a bit of trouble here, taking quite a bit of damage, down to 100 health.